Hey, and welcome to map 29 of the Plutonia experiment. This is Odyssey of Noises. This is the penultimate level of Plutonia, so things are going to get very spicy on this one, which is going to be fun. There's a lot of windows, there's a lot of alcoves, there's a lot of ledges where enemies can shoot down on you in this one, so we do need to be very careful while making our way around this level. As you can see there, took out the shotgunners. There's a bunch of enemies over there. We can't really hit them until we get closer, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to head around this way and just take out the chain gunners up top here. We'll be needing to get rid of these for later in the level anyway, but it's worth doing it right now, just to make sure that they don't cause too much trouble for me. Just going to get rid of this Arachnotron here. Another thing about this level as well is that it's fairly open-ended, so there's a lot of directions you can tackle this one. It's actually got a lot in common with the other open levels from across the Doom games. I'd actually say this is a much better implementation of the downtown idea from Doom 2. It's a lot better realised here, and I think this level kind of makes better use of that idea. It's not great still, I would argue, because there's still a lot of flaws of it, and you'll see that as we're kind of walking around, but I think this is a much better implementation of that idea. So you can see that there are like defined streets here, there's sort of grass on the floor. We'll head up here, there's a bony boy and a bunch of imps at the back of this area that we need to get rid of. There's also an Arachnotron on a ledge to our left there, which we have to be careful of. If it starts shooting me, I will die here. Get rid of you. So, just checking there's nothing down there. Just be careful grabbing this box of shotgun shells. There are some mancubus over there. Gonna head over here, grab the chain gun from here and the ammo. The ammo is going to be very useful. We're not going to bother with those bony boys right now because they're not a threat to us. So I'm going to run around this way and head in here. There's a rocket launcher at the center of this room. Now, the thing with this room is once you grab that rocket launcher, it's going to flood with demons, or pinkies if you want to call them that. And we just got to be very careful because obviously with no armor, one bite like that can take a lot of health off. Not a fan of that. Thank you for nibbling on me there. Also got to be careful when you're running through these streets, because as mentioned, there are a lot of enemies in the buildings that are sort of just there to sort of chip away at your health, and as we haven't got much health in the first place, you know, we just got to be a bit careful with that. So you can see the chain gunners in the windows there. Let's get rid of you. So once we get rid of these chain gunners, it makes this road a lot safer for us to travel down. Just need to get rid of the enemies there. So there's two bony boys in either of these windows here. Just want to get rid of them. Excuse me. So you can see that throughout this level there's sort of crevices that have opened up in the ground that if you fall into, it actually causes a lot of damage, so it's worth avoiding those if possible. I am taking a slight risk here because there are some Arachnotrons and imps around us there, and if they start using me as target practice, there's not really a lot that I can do to stop them. So just be careful as you're kind of taking out enemies. Just be aware that there are probably other enemies who can see you and are probably trying to actively get you. So when we go inside here, there's a bunch of chain gunners. The reason I'm coming in here is because there's so much rocket ammo in here. It's just a bit silly to ignore it. We are going to be needing most of this as we get towards the back end of this level. I want to get rid of these imps here now. You can see the Cyber Demon is using us as target practice. You've got to be really careful in this level because he will use you as a target if you are not aware of where he is. And the thing is, all he needs is like a glancing look at you. Like, for example, he's just shooting at us there. So it's very likely that rockets are going to reach behind us there. You can see them hitting the wall. So this level is kind of unique in the sense that the Cyber Demon is an ever-present threat, and until you've got enough ammo to deal with him, your best bet is to just sort of duck and dive around the level. I'm getting rid of that shotgun in the window there, grabbing the cell ammo here. So this is an interesting little room because it's got a bunch of chain gunners around the outside, and you've got to take care of them all because they will just mow down your health. Grab the chain gun ammo here. Be careful in the next room. There are 2 Barons of Hell, and the thing is, if they wake up early, they can sort of sneak up on you as you're coming through the door. You also need to be careful because the Cyber Demon can actually shoot through those windows. And as you can see, we are being targeted by a bunch of enemies here. Let's get rid of you. This room is useful, however, because it allows you to safely target all these enemies here. I say safely, and then I immediately start getting hit by different enemies. Grab the rocket ammo from there. So as you head outside, actually, you know what? Let's deal with these guys over here. So there's a bunch of enemies. Oh my god, really? Get rid of you. Like I said, this level is particularly nasty at enemies being way across the way. This is probably the best spot for us to come and kill these Mancubus over on the far side there. Also going to try and get rid of the imp over there. You can see the Cyber Demon down bottom there. See if I can get rid of that bony boy as well. That'd be really useful. So now that we've done with that room, when we head outside, there's a bunch of enemies who've arrived in this area. Like I said earlier on, I feel that this level does a much better job of doing the Hell on Earth aspect of this game than Doom 2 actually managed with its downtown level. Just because this does feel more like a demonic invasion, like a corruption of a city. It really does feel like there's a demonic invasion actually going on here. A lot more better emphasized, I think, than in downtown. We got some more chain gunners up here. There's also a lot of health around this level, but you've got to kind of know where to look for it. I think the big problem with this level is that when you first arrive in it, you're basically left with no sense of direction on where you're actually meant to be going. So it can get very difficult to kind of think about where you're meant to be going because there's so many buildings and so many of them actually don't point you in the direction you need to be going. I don't have enough ammo to deal with the Cyber Demon right now, but we can head over here. I also love these like holes in the ground that are formed, just because it kind of adds a bit of character to what's going on in this level. Ow, ow, ow. Thank you for that, Mr. Arachnotron. Take care of the bony boy there. I did try to take him out earlier, but obviously didn't work. Just got to be careful as we head up these steps here. The chain gunners there will open up. They'll shoot you if you're not careful. Also, you got to be careful in this level because even though it looks like you can jump down, the fences around the Cyber Demon actually stop you from jumping over. So that's something else you've got to consider as you're making your way around this level. So we're finally going to head up this way. Got to be careful because there's 2 chain gunners in here. Ow. Again, got very lucky there. There was a bunch of health. When you grab the red key, an archvile will come out of the wall there. You can see the Bony Boy and the Cyber Demon got into a bit of a fight there. It's important as well that you hit that red switch near the red key. If you don't hit that, it won't lower the red fence. Oh wow. Oh wow. 20 health lost in those pits. That's not good. I could really do with some health right about now. So we're going to head towards the red gate. So you can see the gates drop down there, so it allows us access. This is where we killed those chain gunners earlier in the level. So as we make our way towards the yellow key over here, a bunch of walls are going to open up. We don't want to be stood out in the open for too long here. Oh my god. Oh man, I'm having no luck in this level with not hitting myself with rockets and such. I'm really not doing a good job on that front. Get rid of all of these. So this is a secret area that opens once you pick up the red key. It does give you some plasma ammo, so it is very much worth your time to go back up there. It's one of only 2 secrets in this level, surprisingly. Honestly, I would have expected way more on a level of this scale. But as we make our way around here, oh, no health. That's a shame. We are going to head back up to where we grabbed the yellow skull key from, just because as we make our way over here, we can grab that health, but also there's a secret over here, the second secret, which I'm going to get rid of once we get rid of these guys. If you run over here, you can see a little opening. There's a megasphere here. Insanely useful on this level. Recommend grabbing it at your earliest convenience. And this is kind of where this level's big weakness comes to the forefront. Because as you're getting these key cards, and as you're kind of walking around the level, you need to know where to go. Because as you can see there, even though this is the yellow door, we can't actually go in here. Instead, you've got to go and actually activate the yellow switch. So, and that isn't even close to that location. So you've got to do a lot of exploring in this one. If you do not like exploration levels, more open plan levels, this level will rub you the wrong way completely. But as you can see, we're not doing too bad on the ammo front at the minute, so that's pretty good. I'm just going to get rid of this Cyber Demon. I think we've let him stand tall for a bit too long now. You see, there's a Mancubus over on the left-hand side who's pretty determined to get me. Excellent. So the Cyber Demon's gone. That Mancubus over there, we're not going to be able to hit him from over here. The rockets won't target him. So we have to try and find a spot in the level where we're level with him. I've always found this is probably the best spot for him. Just sort of blast a bunch of plasma over there, and there's not much you can really do to avoid it. Excellent. Just going to come down here and grab the shotgun shells. You can't run on that grass patch there, no matter how hard you try. But yes, the big problem in my opinion with this level is that because everything's sort of spread out over such a wide area, it can get really frustrating when you don't really know the way forward. So for example, to get into that area with the yellow bars earlier, you've got to come here to open this switch in the yellow door. It's just one of those things where progression in this level is very much a you've got to find the solution yourself, because the game will not give you hints. But once you've hit the yellow switch, you can grab the blue key card, and yeah, we're pretty much heading towards the end of the level here. So we're just going to run across the rooftops here. So this is where we are going to face off against the bony boys that we didn't face off against earlier on. They're not too difficult to deal with. To be honest, I could use the plasma here, but I don't really want to. There are 2 switches in here. Make sure you hit both of them. You're going to take out this Baron of Hell here. So when you hit the blue switches, it actually opens up a little monster closet just behind this building. Make sure you head straight there to deal with the enemies, otherwise they will just sort of flood out into the level. So there's a bunch of Caco demons up here. I think there's 1 Pain Elemental as well. We're so close to the end of the level here, I'm not particularly fussed about saving health or ammo at this point. We just want to get rid of that Pain Elemental there. Take out the lost souls. So yeah, all we need to do now is head towards the exit. And again, unfortunately, the exit building, because you don't see it until this point, most players will probably get lost in this level looking for the exit, because where is the exit? It could be anywhere. Well, the answer is actually it's on the far side from where we are now, but there's a bunch of enemies here I just want to quickly get rid of. Do some quick cleanup here. You can see the Cyber Demon could have shot us here as well if we'd come here. But there are pros and cons to this level. I love the design of it. I love the hell touches with the pits and the damaging floors in them. I think it's really well implemented. I do like the atmosphere of this level. But I'm about to show off what I think is the weakest aspect of this level. Would you be able to tell that this is the exit room for this level? I don't think many players would. In fact, as a kid, I used to get lost trying to find the exit to this level because the layout can be very frustrating and it doesn't hold your hand when it comes to exploration. Also, 3 arch vials around the exit here. That's just mean. Just checking there's no more arch vials. So be careful as you're running across here, because they will fall down and you will not be able to finish the level if you fall into that pit. As I was kind of saying in my wrap up towards the end of the level there, I think this level is very much a love it or hate it level. I think if you like open plan Doom levels, I think if you like the fact that you can go in any direction at the start and sort of explore at your own pace, this is a great level for you. But if you don't like the fact that like you may get lost, you may spend half an hour looking for the next switch or door or finding that exit, which is not particularly well signposted in my opinion, then I can understand why people may not like this one. But as a penultimate level, I think it does a grand job of raising the stakes. It's more memorable than anything we've played in the last few levels, let me tell you. But yeah, let me know what you think of Odyssey of Noises. I can imagine it's quite controversial, so I'm very keen to hear what people think about this level. Thank you very much for watching.